What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today in this video we have the Chronojet Stride Deckset for you guys. Unfortunately there was delays and we did miss the pre-orders, hence why we only have the standard edition for you guys today. But we finally have it in our hands, so let's get down to it. So as you can see, we've got some lovely artwork on the sides of the boxes and even on the top. On the back it shows all the contents of this box, which is a pre-constructed deck, a short storage box and some fighter coins and some custom stickers for the coins. Also on the back it also shows off the main deck and the G units and the crest, so you'll be able to see what you get before you even open the box. But apart from that, let's get into this unboxing for you guys today. So Chronojet has been one of my long-awaited ones to finally pick up, and I was very happy when they finally announced it. And it's just unfortunate it took this long to come to the UK where we are based. But here we go. So slide this off. If it wants to come off, there we go. So this is the wrap that comes around it. Pretty standard, pretty simple, just to keep the box nice and safe. So we will just fold that and leave that one there. Oh, if it wants to sit, no, yeah, it can sit like that. There we go, that'll do. So this is the short storage box that you get with the deck set. So it's got dart stakes on one side, then the chrono artwork across the top and side, and then you've got Gear Chronicle on the other side. So let's get this thing of beauty opened. If it wants to pop really nicely. Ooh. There we go. So there, as you can see, you get the full artwork of Chronojet, obviously minus his poor foot, but that is the full artwork for him. Then if we open her up, move that over. If we open her up, we get the acrylic coins, which are actually very good quality coins. They're not flimsy or anything else, they're quite decent quality. And purple, obviously, to match the Gear Chronicle and Dart Stakes vibe. Then we get these stickers to use for the coins. So we've got all different types of power. I think that's the +1 drive. What else have we got here? Boost. 100 million power, Persona Rise, the plus of the crits. So yeah, so this is a very nice little piece that they added. Again, shame we couldn't get the premium version, but beggars can't be choosers, as they say. Then we get the one and only Chronojet deck. And then I'm pretty sure this is just some fancy packaging that we don't need. Oh, wow, look at that. 5 layers of Firestone. And then that is your short storage box, and I believe it can fit a full-size deck box, I believe. But I'm not too sure on that. I haven't tried it. But here we go, let's pop that away and we'll get into the deck. So we get a 51 card deck, because the crest obviously counts as a card. So 50 cards in the deck, and then we also have the crest. So, ooh, come on, slide off nicely. Oh, there we go, lovely. There we go. So, here we go, I guess. So we have one shiny version of the Chronojet card, and then we have 3 more Chronojets. There we go. We then have the rest of the ride line, so we'll just pop that over for a second. We have the rest of the ride line here. So Chronodran is your typical D-Series starter. If you went second, draw a card. Oh, if we can grab it. So we've got some shiny little artwork on him. Then we have a Mesa Gear Dragon, I think I'm going to say. And then this is when this unit is placed by riding from Chronodran, you draw a card and you get a Chronojet Dragon crest, which we will talk about later when we get to it. So that's your grade 1 for the ride line. Then for our grade 2, we have Smoke Gear Dragon. When this unit is rode upon by a grade 3 with Chronojet in its card name, you can Soul Blast 1 and search your deck for up to 1 grade 3 unit card, reveal it, add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. Very good for searching out another Chronojet, or I think his name is Barley? Steam Fighter Barley, I think his name is. Probably the next card we show anyway. And then obviously you have your main grade 3, which will be Chronojet Dragon, which is GB2. When this unit attacks a Vanguard until the end of that battle, this unit gets plus 5k. And when your opponent cannot call grade 1 or greater cards from hand to Guardian Circle. When your G unit strides during your turn, you can counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and put it to the bottom of their deck, using the same mechanics he did back in the day. So that's the ride line. Then we have 3 more versions of Chronojet himself. Then, oh yeah, there he is. Then we have 1, 2, 3, at the end, 4 of Steam Fighter Barley we're going to go with. I'll show the shiny version. So this also has a GB2. During your turn, if any player's rearguard was put to bottom of their deck this turn, this unit gets plus 10k, so he's a 23k beta. And then when this card is discarded for the hand of discarded from hand for the cost of stride, you can draw a card. So very useful for replenishing your hand after striding. Then we have 4 copies of Upstream Dragon. Now his skill, GB1, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, this unit gets plus 5k until end of that battle. Then at the end of that battle, put this unit on the bottom of the deck, search your deck for up to 1 grade 1 card and call it to the back row rearguard circle and then shuffle your deck. So it's great for getting a booster out on the field for another push and a bit of extra power. Then we have Steam Fighter or Argandia. We'll go with that. We've got 4 copies of that one. This unit's skill is when this unit is put on Guardian Circle, Soul Blast 1, and this unit gets plus 5k until end of that battle. If your G zone has a face-up card in it, this unit gets plus 10 instead of 5, so it's a 15k grade 2 shield, which can be very useful depending on how badly your game's going. But I have a feeling that's one of the cards that does get replaced, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have, if I can show it off here, we have 4 PGs. And this is the new D Series PG. I'm just going to readjust everything. So we do have the new D Series PGs with the effects of if you have 2 or less cards, 2 or more cards, sorry, in your hand, you have to discard a card. So you can save that one last important Chronojet, if it may be, for a final push on your next turn. We then have 4 Steam Breath Dragons. We pop that there. So Steam Breath, while in your hand, if you're paying the cost for stride, this card is discarded, and this card is discarded as a grade 3. Also in your hand, if you have a Chronojet Dragon Crest, you can discard this card from your hand and search your deck for up to 1 grade 3 card with Chronojet in its card name, reveal it, add it to your hand, and if you search your deck, shuffle your deck. So this card is very useful both for paying the cost for stride, and if you really want that next stage, you can pop this, find a Chronojet, and you've got it for next turn. Pop that over there, out the way. Then what have we got next? Another card that I'm pretty sure does get replaced in most people's decks or deck builds that they have done. So we have Gear Cero of Magnet, we're going to go with. Gear Cero of Magnet Reconnaissance, which is a grade 1 unit card with during your turn, if any player's rearguard was put to bottom of their deck, this turn it gets plus 5k. Then you have a GB1 skill. This unit gets intercept and can intercept from the back row. So can be quite useful depending on your playstyle, but I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly that is one that does get replaced. Then we have a very important grade 1 for this deck, and that is a 4 of Steam Skara GG. When this unit is placed on rearguard, if you have a Chronojet Dragon Crest, you can Soul Blast 2, draw a card, and if this unit was placed by a card's ability, it gains 5k until the end of turn, turning it into a 13k booster for this deck, which is very useful if you use Upstream Dragon's ability. So it can provide that extra bit of power in the late game, or even mid game, depending on how your game's going. Then we have, unfortunately, which I know a lot of people have complained about, is a standard over trigger. However, we did get the World Origin trigger in, I think it was the set 6 or set 7 opening, so I'll be replacing that instantly. We've then got 4 vanilla crits. Running out of room again. There we go, we've got 4 vanilla crits, we've got 4 vanilla draws, 3 vanilla fronts, 4 vanilla heals, and apart from that, that is pretty much, well, that's the main deck. Unfortunately, no shiny triggers, but most people will end up replacing most of these triggers anyway, so it's not too much of a issue. Let's pop these all off to the side. So now we get to the important part, which is the G zone. So for a first in standard, we have a G zone and we can stride. So we have 1, 2, 3, and a very nice SP version of Chrono Dragon Next Stage. So we have 4 of them. I don't know if you guys can actually see this with the lighting. There we go, look at the shine on that. So yeah, it's very nice, and I'm pretty sure in the premium version you do get 4 of these, which is slightly missed out on, but again, we missed the pre-order, so that's our fault. So the next stage has the skill of Stride Step. Discard a grade 3 with only Chronojet in its card name from your hand and stride this unit onto your Vanguard. GB2, at the end of this battle, this unit attacked a Vanguard. You can counterblast 1 and discard 2 cards from your hand. Put this unit into your G zone face up and choose one of your Vanguards with Chronojet in its card name and restand it. So basically, you can de-ride or de-stride back to Chronojet and then get another attack as a plus to your attacks. You then have the other G unit for this Stride Deckset, which is, now that's very nice. That is a very nice SP. Let's get a close up of that one. See if we can get the shine again. There we go, look at that. So this is the other G unit for the deck. It's interdimensional dragon, Fate Rider Dragon. So the stride step for this one is same as normal. Choose 1 or more cards in your hand with the sum of the grades of grade 3 or greater and discard them and stride this card onto your Vanguard. When this unit attacks, you can counterblast 1, turn a card face up in the G zone and put a rearguard to the bottom of the deck. You can then search your deck for up to 1 card with a grade +1 of the card you put on the bottom of the deck for this cost. You can then call it to rearguard, shuffle your deck. You then choose one of your units and it gets +5k into the end of that turn for each card face up in your G zone. So you can have a very powerful attack with this one, especially if somehow your game has lasted for you to get about 3 or 4 strides. You'll be getting quite a nice little power bump off of this card. So yes, then we come to the final card of this deck, as most people have been calling it the License to Stride, and that is the Crest. So for this one, it's the Chronojet Dragon Crest, and we have the abilities as follows. Continuous. You can perform stride and you cannot ride a grade 3 or greater card without Chronojet in its card name. Another continuous ability, the original power of your grade 3 card with Chronojet in its card name becomes 13,000 because, there he is. The original power of Chronojet is the same as his old card, which is 11,000, which means to be able to compete, you need to have it boosted to 13 with this crest. Then another continuous ability, during your turn, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Chronojet in its card name, all of your front row units get plus 5k for each face-up card in your G-zone. So combine that with this Fate Rider's ability, you could have a very powerful rearguarding attacks. Then we have a auto at the beginning of your battle phase, choose up to one of your grade 3 or greater rearguards and increase or decrease its grade to 0 until the end of that turn. So that last skill, that's to work with Fate Rider, so you can call a grade 1 to the back, which will most likely be a Steam Fighter GG. So that gives that the extra power, so you can just choose which card you want as discard fodder basically, or bottom deck fodder. But apart from that, that's the whole box. So I'm definitely looking forward to giving this deck a try. And I'm looking forward that Strides are back. And we're going to have a lot of fun with this, hopefully. We've got a couple of videos planned for you guys. So this is going to be a fun time. And especially when June hits and we get set 10 and the Messiah deck set, hopefully on the same day. Fingers crossed, no delays. And we'll be doing a Messiah deck set opening for you guys. We did actually get in on the pre-orders, so fingers crossed we will have a premium version of that to show you guys. But apart from that, guys, that's really it. That's all this deck set has to offer. So I'm going to call it there. And thank you ever so much for watching, guys. And can't wait to playtest with this. And we will catch you when we do. Have a good one. Peace.